Okay, yeah. In the last class, we were talking about the material UI, right? We discussed the typography, right? How it is defined in case of all the headers and all the things we covered, right? Okay, and based on variant, we can define the type of element that it represents for a text, right? That we saw yesterday. And also we covered buttons, right? We have three types of buttons, right? Simple text button, contained button, outlined button. Okay, so these are the colors that represents this button, right? So if we see the okay, so by using color we can specify the type of the button, right? Sorry, color for the button, primary, secondary, and we have the error, success, like that we have different colors. Okay, by using that we can specify the different colors. Okay, so next we have a tab button. Okay, so we saw it is like a floating action button. Okay, in case of our material UI, we have a floating action button, right? So fab, you can see the fab API. Correct. We can use the fab API by importing the fab component. So under this, it contains colors and component type. By default, it is a button type. If we want to override, we can override this fab component. Okay, so this is the fab button. So once we create, right, it is something like it will come like this. Correct, like this it will come. So in our case, we have created a floating action button with color primary and extended true. Okay, so what is this extended? Okay, we were saying fab comes in two types, regular and extended. Okay, what is the difference between extended and regular, right? So we have to go to the API. Variant extended. Okay, styles applied the root element if it is extended. So yeah, there didn't be any documentation. So what we can do, right? We can remove the extended and see the observation. Now we have extended is equal to true, right? Now I will remove this. So let me add divider, right? Okay, divider will give this horizontal line. Okay, so in case of extender, it is not adding the icon. Still we are not able to see. So I didn't find any difference. Okay, it's okay. So based on the uses, we have to identify. Next we have the icon buttons, right? So what is the icon buttons? Right, if you see the icon buttons, let me open the material here. Okay, icon buttons, right? So the icon buttons are commonly found in tab bars and toolbars. Okay, so by using these icons, we can apply the or we can create the corresponding icons based on the functionality, right? This is a delete icon. This is disabled delete icon. This is of alarm icon. This is some cart related icons. Okay, for that we have a icon button API. By using that, we can specify what type of icon we are going to use. Okay, so here you can see I created two icons. What are those?
No.
Volume, right?
Okay,
This one?
microphone.
Yeah, microphone and volume. So if you see, if I click on it, what it will do?
Mute.
It is mute, right?
Okay.
Mute or no volume. So how we have done this? Now, if you see the code, right? Okay, icon buttons demo. This is the component. Okay. Now, if you see, I have created a icon button. Okay, color is equal to icon color. Okay, the color whatever I am passing, right? I think I didn't pass any color. So on click, set mic is equal to mic. Okay, so if mic is true, okay, which means mic is on. By default, it has a true both cases. If it is true, I am going to show the mic icon. If it is false, I am showing the mic off icon.
Okay.
Understood that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you see this one, right? So it will show something like this. So, if we see for the same volume, if it is volume up icon, if it is true, if it is off, we are showing volume icon. So the same we have done. So in the similar way, we can create the different icons, right? So based on our functionality, right? So if you see some of the icons here, okay, so in material UI, we have the around 1100 plus, yeah, 1117 icons we have. So if you see play icon, you can see, right? Play icon is something like this. Okay, like this, based on the functionality. Skip next, skip previous, and replay, and okay, album, eject, pause, right? Pause icon, you can see. Okay, so what you can do, right? You can develop a simple application like music player, right? So just if interested, you can try that. What you can do, right? A music player with icons of play, pause, and volume, right? And also you should have some progress bar to show the music progress, how much percentage it has done, right? That audio, whatever we are playing. Okay, that also you can do it by using these icons. Okay, if you are interested, you can try that. Okay, so yeah. So next, okay, so these are the type of icons that we have: rounded, sharp, and two-tone, outlined, filled icons. Okay, next we will see how we are going to customize our component, right? Suppose I have a button, I want to customize the button, right? So whenever we are displaying a button, what happens? If you see this contain button, right? Okay, you can see, right? One waves kind of thing is coming.
Yes.
Okay, this we call it as a ripple effect. Okay. So this we can disable by using the ripple effect. Okay, button disable focus ripple. Okay, this is the one. Okay, the keyword focus ripple will be disabled. By default, it is enabled. If we make it true, right, the ripple effect will be disabled. Okay, disable ripple. Okay. So yeah. So now if you see this, right, contained primary or secondary. So now what are the styles that apply to this button, right? So this is a button, right? So for this button, the CSS rules that are applied are button base root, correct? Button root, and MUI button contain, MUI button contained primary. Now if we want to customize any button, what we have to do? We can customize the CSS rules of this button. I mean to say root, contained or contained primary, we have to customize. Now if you see, now I have a button called root, right? If I go to root, now it has a padding by default 6 pixel, right? You're seeing it.
Yes.
Now if we update padding to 60 pixel, now if you see, all of our root button components got updated.
Yes. Yes.
If you observe it,
Mm-hmm.
font size, see how it is updating it.
Yeah.
Rem, you know what is rem?
Yes.
So something relative element size, right?
Yeah.
I think it depends on the what is the contained component size. Based on that, it will calculate the relative size of that font size, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in order to customize the button, right, what we have to do, we have to overwrite the related classes what the button contains, correct? Now if you see, I'm going to show one custom button. Okay, now if you see, I'm creating a button by using the button component, right? And I have mentioned text like custom button. Okay, so now if you see, I am using make styles. Okay, make styles is a inbuilt, okay, inbuilt material UI function.
Okay.
Correct. For this, what we can pass any object. Okay, so what it will do, it will take any object with some CSS rules. Okay, so our CSS rules, whatever I mentioned, right? Root, right? Background, border radius, box shadow, color, height, and padding. Okay, so now if you see my console.log classes, right? Okay, let me open custom button. Now if you see in the console, right, what it has done, it has that object, right?
Yes.
Okay, styles object, root make styles,
Mm-hmm.
root 15 with
Yeah.
the name of the class, correct?
Yeah.
But it does not have whatever the styles that we have mentioned. Okay, so it hides them. Okay, but what it will do, right, in order to apply these root styles, right, what we have to do, we have to mention class name is equal to classes dot root. Okay, now if you see our UI, right, okay, and according to material UI, it has a root classes, right? And also we have one more class name added called make styles root.
Yeah.
Correct. So what happened? If you observe here, so this is the color, border, and all those things, right? This for this root object.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So, but we have overridden these CSS properties by using our own customized root object.
Yeah.
So the color, if we remove, it will change the color. Border,
Mm-hmm.
correct. Height, correct. The height will apply from actual root object.
Okay.
If I remove it, it will be same the above one. If I remove, it is something like this.
Okay.
Understood, right?
Yes.
So in order to apply any styles to this component, right? For any material UI component, what we have to identify, what is the CSS class rule that it is applying. So if you see, for this it applies root, right? Okay, for this root, what are the properties that were there, right, in this case? So if we want to override these properties, what we can do, we can create one object, and in that object we have to give the same name what for which rule we are going to override, and provide that property and provide a value. It automatically overrides that for us by using this make styles function. Understood, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So something if we practice, right, it will be habituated.
Yes.
Okay, so next we will go to the next component called text fields. Okay, so have you seen Gmail, right? We can see the Gmail, right? We have a text field type like outlined field and all those things. Okay, you can see that this we call it as a outline text.
Okay.
Okay, so now we will go to the material UI. Okay, I will go to the component called text field. Let's user enter and edit text, correct? You can see that this is the standard filled and outlined.
Yeah.
Okay, label, if we mention label, right, it is a standard. That label will come inside of our text field, correct? So
Okay.
if we mentioned variant, by default the variant is standard one. If we mention variant filled and outline, what happened? It created the corresponding text field.
Okay.
So for this, you can see the props, right? Standard format attributes are supported. For example, required, disabled, type, etc. as well as helper text, which is used to give the context about a field's input, such as how the input will be used.
Okay.
So this is the helper text. You can see it. Yeah. So this is the required field. Okay. So it is a disabled field. This is a password field. Okay. This is a number field. It has something like this. It is a search field. It is a default value they have added.
Okay.
So these are the disabled fields. Okay, so now in order to see this one, right, the code inside of this, if you click on it, we can see the source for this.
Okay.
Okay, so exploring the API is the best way to learn the material UI. Okay, so for validation, the error prop toggles the error state. The helper text prop can then be used to provide feedback to the user about error. So we can use helper text or error prop in order to show the error to the end user. Okay, now if you see this one, at label error, okay, helper text incorrect entry, or we can provide an error message like error is something, it will do the change to error status. So what are the examples here? So the same whatever I have shown, right? I created the similar examples. I will go to that. Okay, if you see the first one, it has a standard hidden outline text, and the color secondary. Sorry. For this text field required label name. So it means what it is going to show. Okay, it will show the star at the label part. If we mention required, if we remove required, it won't show the star there. Okay, disabled, if we mention, it will automatically disable.
Okay.
Correct password, in order to mention the password, we have to mention it is equal to password.
Okay.
So if we mention type is equal to search, it will act like a search bar. And if we mention the error, right, then it will consider helper text as a error. Okay, now if you see the error one, correct, it is converting to incorrect entry, our helper text. Correct label is enter employee name. I mentioned default value. That's why you saw the default value ROM, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
If I refresh it, you can see the default value. If I remove it, the label will come here.
Yeah.
Enter employee name. Okay, so this is all about text fields. Now we'll see anything we have. So you have correct multi-line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it is a multi-line controlled, multi-line placeholder, default value, controlled placeholder. So this, how we can create, we have to see the code. We can create, I think, by using the property called multi-line.
Okay.
Okay, how many rows max we are expecting, right? That we can mention here.
Okay.
Like for a text area, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You observe it. After 4 lines, it is not stop, right? But it is glowing, but it is something like showing the bar, correct?
Yeah.
So user can enter any lines, but after 4 lines, it is stopping to expand itself by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next, what we have, the select prop makes the text field use the select component internally. Understood this one?
Yeah.
So now whenever we mention the select component, right, the text field will become the select component.
Okay.
Okay, select, if you mention select, right? Okay, the value, whenever we mention the select, right, we can mention the value as an object. So in that object, what it has, what is the value that we are going to have whenever user selects, what should be the label that we want to display.
Okay.
That we can mention, then automatically the select box will display.
Yeah.
So like this we have different types of select, outline, field, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So next we have icons. There are multiple ways to display icons with the text field. Okay, input is another component, but why he mixed input here? Okay, you see this next, input adornments. Okay, so you see that, right? The input adornment is something that we want to have a prefix or suffix that can perform an action on input. Okay, so something like kg. So it is not doing anything here, 100 kg. But if you see password, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on click of that, it will show the password.
Okay.
So how they have done this one?
Using the ternary operator.
Using ternary operator, correct? Using ternary operator, we have to specify the type, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the type is password, then it will hide it, correct?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it will show the text.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can see the code. Okay, set values they have done, correct? Use state. Okay, when password is there, show password is a text field, right?
Yeah.
State value, false, they have mentioned. So, Okay, on handle change, we are passing the password, correct? Okay, if we have a password, then we are updating the show password to true.
Okay.
Yeah, based on the click of this button, right? Handle click show password. For this icon button, it has a visibility and visibility off. This is the actual I symbol we are getting, right? This is the one.
Yeah. Okay.
So something like we have adornment, I think. Based on that, we can specify where the icon should be displayed on place of the text field, right? Whether start or end. Based on that, it is going to display the icon. Okay, next sizes. We can mention small, normal, other sizes. Okay, layout. Full width, right? Dense, normal. So something like in Bootstrap we have the full width inputs, right? In the same way we have here. So for this, what is the API, right? Full width is the property that we have to use.
Okay.
Okay, inputs also is one more component is there. Okay, by using input also, we can create the inputs. Okay, if we provide the color, I think it is based on the colors that we have provided, it is going to apply the colors. Okay, these are some of the customized inputs, how they have done it. So that we can see. Okay, some limitations they mention. So whenever we are planning to implement it, just we have to go through the API and try to understand and implement them.
Okay.
So no one will remember every property, right? And also you have select box. So by using the select box also, you can create the corresponding select boxes.
Okay.
So checkboxes, we know it. By using checkbox component, we can create it, correct? Next, we have select box. Okay, I will come to navigations. Lists. Okay, lists are continuous vertical indexes of text or images. Okay. Lists are continuous, right? Suppose if we want to display anything as a list, we can do that. Okay, so for that we have the first we have to go through the API. Okay, so we can use the list by importing the list, right? So it contains component type UL dense disable children. Okay, the children will have the content of the component. Okay, so if you see, right, how they have created demos. Okay, under list you will have list item. Okay, under each list you will have list items. By using the list items we can specify the list item. Okay, so it is of type button, and on that you have inbox icon and inbox and drafts, correct? List item link, you can see them right in the above UI. Correct, you can see the icon. Next you have a text and trash and spam. Okay, by using list okay, by using list we can create the any simple list like this.
Okay.
So under list it has sub icons like sub components like list item icon, list item text. By using these components we can create list easily. Okay, so I think I have one more demo. Okay, list demo, right? Okay, so if you see the final output, you will be able to understand. Okay, if you see first item, second item, third item. Correct? So here you can see what is the items we have. Items is an array of objects, right?
Yeah.
So by using items.map, I have written item index, list item, and list item text. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So just list item. Whenever it is selected, then I'm doing like item dot selected. What is meant by item dot selected? Okay, maybe it gives you the index. Okay, on click of that, did I call any function? Okay, just it is updating which one we selected.
Okay.
Now if you see, right, it doesn't have anything, right? Inspect. Okay, currently we didn't select any item, right? Now if you select, you can select all three items. I think if we put console login on click, what it will do, which items that we selected, that I'm storing inside of my, inside of my selected.
Okay.
Okay, next. List icons demo. Just I have a first user, second user, third user. By using that, I have an icon and text. Okay, for icon, I mentioned account circle icon. Now you saw the difference for above and this one, right?
Yeah.
Even if you select, it is not able to highlight it, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so next we will see this list. List avatars demo. Okay, so I have some state value. Okay, name updated, icon, and notifications. Okay, so if you see, badge is there, right? So the badge will show the list of data here like this. This we call it as a badge.
Okay.
So now badge content, what is the notifications that we have provided that it will show. Okay, by using avatar, we are showing the icon and badge, and list item text will be displaying the text. Okay, next you can see it is something like a simple list with segregation of the menu, right? Menu kind of thing. Okay, you can see this, what we call it as a list sections. Okay, so under list, I have created the multiple list. Okay, for each list, I have mentioned first section, under that first, second item, second section, third, fourth. If you see here, it is a simple typography text. Under that we have first, second. It is a divider. Horizontal row will come. HR will come. So third section. Okay, next what we have done, right? Nested lists. Okay, so if you see messages, it is expanding, correct? On close of it, it is closing. So for this, what I have done, right? So I have created a list, right? Under list, we have list item and button. It is of type button, correct? And on click of this, forget about on click. Next we have a list item icon and list item text. Correct? This is the text, correct? So if you see, All are same here. Just a changing of the text, right? Icon here. And for the first time, I'm showing the expand icon, correct? If
Yeah.
it is expanded, then based on this expand icon, I think it will change from expand to like this. It will change automatically based on true or false.
Okay.
Okay, so next we have a collapse. So the collapse transaction is used by the vertical step or step content component. Okay, so it is from material UI core only. Okay, so by using this, we can perform the collapse option. Okay, so collapse in. Okay, if true, the component will transition in. Okay, which means it will show the list of data what it is there inside of it. Okay, for that I mentioned if it is clicked right, if it is true, then I will mention true here. If it is false, I will mention false based on the on-click event of this.
Okay.
Okay, in the same way we have done for contacts as well. Okay, just here we have to understand the how we have to use these library components.
Yeah.
Correct, right? So
Yes.
I think no interviewer is going to ask these questions directly. So simply they will ask like whether you have worked on material UI or not. You can say yes. Okay.
Okay.
So next, what else we have? Okay, so next we'll see the cards. So it is simple, right? Bootstrap cards, you know, right?
Cards. Okay.
You remembered Bootstrap cards?
I don't remember cards.
Yeah, you will have card text, card body. Like if you see the icons with something like this, right? You remember?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so the card contains what? Content, title, images, and some action, right?
Yeah.
Card body, card content, and image. Okay, in the same way, we have the card icon, sorry, card component inside of our material UI. Okay, so it contains the card content and card actions. Okay, inside of content, we can provide the card content, and inside of card actions, if we want to have any actions, we can provide it. So if we see the card demo, you're seeing that
Yeah.
this is a button, this is some card.
Okay.
Okay, next, card API. Okay, it is not okay, we have to fix it. So just go to console. users dot map is not a function. Okay. So called API demo.js. Okay, it is showing a result, right? Okay, this result object will have data, right? Okay. So now contains the data inside of it. So we have to do it. Called API. Okay, just I'm getting the information of cards by using the API. Okay. It is showing undefined. Why? Okay, we got data. Inside of that, I'm showing this, right? Email, first name, author, right? So users dot map person code. For this, I'm passing user email, first name. Okay, so okay, we'll debug it.
Okay.
So earlier it worked, but due to some users we have correct. Users dot id, why it is being undefined? So users dot id is being undefined. Why? So you have to tell now. We have users inside of our object, right?
Mm-hmm.
An array, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to create each card for this each array element, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And on that I'm taking the person card. Some instead of doing here, I created one simple component, person card. For that I'm passing key and email and first name. Here I'm getting undefined. Why? What is the reason?
Only users dot avatar or
Yeah, users dot id is giving undefined. Users dot first name is giving undefined.
I think it's user dot.
Exactly, correct, right? So great. So we are iterating the each object, right?
Yeah.
So now we will see how the result will come. Then now you can see it.
Yes.
Just we are displaying the information like a card. Actually, it displays thing like grid. Okay. Card class name, card action area, and card media. Okay, card media will show the image.
Okay.
So first name, last name, body, button, right? So why grid is not working here? So do you know in Bootstrap we used you can tell me by seeing this what I mentioned here. I have created a grid, right? XS is equal to 12, SM is equal to 6, MD is equal to 4, LG is equal to 4, XL is equal to 3.
Yeah.
What is meant by that?
Those are like a column size.
Exactly. For a row, how many columns on the device, right?
Yeah.
So that's what. For large, I mentioned 4, but it is displaying the all in a single row, right? Correct. It is displaying. Where is the grid? Okay, we'll see that once our grid session will come out, we will try to fix it. So, you understood the overall idea, right? How to use the material UI.
Yeah.
So, okay, next, in tomorrow's section, we will see about navigation drawer, and apart from that, we will see the sample project, and also we will see how we can do the theming. Right? Tomorrow we'll see. I think mostly tomorrow is the last section. So if you have any doubts, we can connect maybe day after tomorrow if you have any doubts. Okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay then. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Bye. Thank you.